Every man born of a woman was subjected to corruption against his will. See, the sin of Adam, when he rebelled himself, all the human race, together with the creation, were brought in subjection by another man's act. And that brought man under the law of sin, where man cannot deliver him. Man, a slave of sin, you see? And the force was so strong that only death could have delivered man. You see? And if man could die himself in that state, he could not resurrected. God loved man until, for that very reason, he sent his son to come and deliver us. See, Psalms 119 and verse 61 say, the cords of the wicked have bound me, but I have not forgotten your ways. The cords of the wicked. Who is the wicked one? The wicked one is devil. You see, when we get Psalm 74 and verse 20, you get something. Verse 20 say, have respect for the covenant, for the dark place of the earth are full of hounds and cruelty. Dark, when we talk about dark places or darkness, it's not the absence of light. It's not the absence of illumination. Darkness is a person. The prince of darkness is Satan, who was known as Lucifer. Darkness is a system. The system of darkness which functions or is built upon rebellion. The system that functions by injustice and lawlessness. You see? So, and again, this system produces a people, darkness as a people. So you have darkness as a person, darkness as a system that produces darkness as a people. These are children of wrath. He say, in the realm of darkness, where there is cruelty, where there is oppression. And the psalmist is saying, the cords of darkness have bound me. So there are cords that the devil uses. Cords is like they call the rope. It's like the rope. Let me see Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 12. You see something beautiful there. Ecclesiastes chapter number 4 and verse 12. It say, though one may be overpowered by another, two can withstand him. Now he's talking power of numbers. And he say, a threefold cord is not quickly broken. A threefold cord is not easily broken. When the psalmist say the cord of the wicked have bound me, he brought that imagery to try to communicate something. A cord always has three cords. You see, a cord that binds has got three cords. And he say, that one we have is sin, trespass, and iniquity. Sin, trespass, and iniquity is what produces wickedness within us. The heart of man is pure, is upright, until iniquity is found in your heart. Iniquity within your heart, wickedness, iniquity, trespass and sin will cause their heart to metamorphose into wickedness. When the heart has metamorphosed into wickedness or evil or immoral in nature, their heart will go against God, will be bold enough to stand against God, will rebel against God, will be hardened and not believe God. It will challenge everything that is God. You see, this is the type of, I say, wickedness is what binds man into the place of slavery and destruction. You see, and this type of code is a three-coded. Sin, trespass, and iniquity are the three-coded rope that bounds man. You see, and I like the way Proverbs 5:21 say. I want to read from the Living Bible. The Living Bible. For God is closely watching you, and he weighs carefully everything you do. Verse 22 say, the wicked man is doomed by his own sin. The wicked man is doomed by his own sin. They are ropes that catch and hold him. So the wickedness of man are the ropes that catch and hold him. So as long as wickedness is in your heart, there is no liberty for you. As long as there is sin, there is trespass and iniquity in your heart will produce wickedness. And he say the wickedness, the wicked man is doomed by his own sin. They are ropes that catches and holds him. And verse 23 say, he shall die because he will not listen to the truth. He has let himself to be led away into incredible folly. The psalmist say, before I was afflicted, I went astray. So the wickedness of man is what captures him into the place of slavery and oppression. The wickedness of man or come as a result of sin. And one want to understand, how does sin come? Sin is an end product of something. James chapter number 1. James chapter number 1 and verse number 13. Let no one say he is tempted. Sorry, let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone. But each one is tempted by his own, but each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. When you talk of desires, these are lusts. The craving for that which is forbidden. You see, when that desire is conceived, it draws you away. And that is what brings about temptation. You see, God is not tempted by evil, but man is tempted because of the evil desire that has been conceived in him. Now it goes ahead and say, then when desire has been conceived, it gives birth to sin. And when sin is fully grown, it brings forth to death. So it begins with a desire, a lustful desire. Every man that is born with an unregenerate heart, he has the lust of the heart. He has the lust of the flesh, the pride of eyes, and the pride of life. So when a desire is conceived inside you, it can be to get rich, it can be to get recognition, it can be to give a sexual desires, when a desire is conceived, now what does it happen? It will give birth to, it will draw you away. A desire will always be conceived against the instruction of God. But you will be drawn away. You will be enticed and deceived by it. So to go away and rebel, begin to unbelieve what God has said. So it's only in unbelief that you will depart from the ways of God. And in departing, your heart will be hardened, and you'll go ahead and now fulfill the desires of your heart. Those lustful desires that you fulfill will give birth to sin. And when the sin has continued, it will give birth to death. And he said, the multitude of sin is what makes your heart a wicked heart. One act of sin will not make you wicked. No. It can be because of the flesh that is still weak. You have not yet gained dominion over it. But when you live into it, now you have become wicked. It's from an action. An immoral action will only make you. It will be a wicked action. But it will stop from being a wicked action when it becomes a personality, when you dwell into wickedness. So dwelling into wickedness is what hardens your heart and make you wicked. And you will be, the Bible says you will be caught by your own sin. Those sin will be like rope. Imagine like a thief or a person who has committed a crime. When he's being held, his hands are being handcuffed behind. So it means he is under the control of his master. So the same way, when wickedness has taken control of your heart, you will be under the control of sin, and you will produce the wicked works.